What's up, everybody? I'm Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga, and the director of the Stoic Temple here, Base 1 in San Jose, California. I've been asked to do a video about the relationship between transcendental meditation and yoga, both of which I practice. Practice yoga a lot longer, but I've also studied a lot of subjects about the mind, language, and whatever. So maybe I'll shed some light on it for you. Transcendental meditation comes from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Got it from his teacher, Jai Gurudev, who charged him with the order of spread this to the world, make it for the common man. So he kind of developed the TM technique. There's a lot to it. I have only skimmed the surface of it, but I can tell you that you get a mantra, and there's an internal practice or process of repeating the mantra. It's a meaningless word, so there's no meaning you can assign to it. The practice of focusing on the mantra in the ways that they teach you helps you to kind of relax your mind and descend. It feels like a descension deeper into your mind. You'll catch memories, you'll catch thoughts as they come up. You'll start to get more space inside as you do the practice. People can do the practice wrong too, just like anything. Yoga practice, like as a posture practice, people can hurt themselves with that too. So it's not like it's good just because it is. Like you can use it wrong or do it wrong or whatever. Now, specifically with yoga, yoga is a bigger term than meditation. And meditation is a facet of yoga. It is a yoga practice. So yoga is bigger and broader. But I think the question when they asked me was related to like the posture practice, whatever. So there's many different styles of posture practice. I am most influenced by Ashtanga Vinyasa from Krishnamacharya, and the lineage that it came down from there. Also many other influences. But I think, and I heard it from Krishnamurti, which is actually a student of Krishnamacharya's son, but also is his own school of whatever. The language that we use as people kind of shrouds reality from us. We get caught into the definitions and meanings of words, and that skews how we're seeing reality. And then, of course, there's all kinds of emotional imprints and traumas or whatever that are nonverbal, but verbiage also just distorts, things, and we get attached to it. We get attached to our name and our language and, the stories we tell ourselves, and that just kind of tunnel visions us. So we don't see the full experience. Transcendental meditation is very good at transcending that, transcending the hypnosis of language that we have in our life. But it's not, and there are in the TM, they teach postures. They have a way of stretching and releasing the tension in the body. I think that it's insufficient. I think that Ashtanga Vinyasa and other Vinyasa forms and other kinds of physical yoga, really there's a lot to be informed from, like physical therapy and other body movement practices. And there's so much to the body. It's a machine, and the science of the body is, it's very interesting. But then really what gets more interesting is the science, if you could call it. We're approaching it as we, codify it, but the science of how the mind body interact, this, the psychosomatics, how I imagine something, my body reacts, how I can do something to my body and it affects my mind. And so that relationship is more intimately felt, I think. Well, they're both complementary, TM and yoga as a practice. Yoga posture practice. Yoga posture practice, I think, it's obviously more focused on the body. So you'll more quickly get body awareness, be able to release tension from the body. I think that my ability to dive deep into TM, a lot of people fall asleep. I don't fall asleep in TM. A lot of people get bored or agitated in TM. I go through those waves, but I'm very used to that through the physical training of yoga. Back bending or any kind of intense stretch. And that's depends on your range of motion. An intense stretch could be it could be like that for somebody. It could be very intense. Learning to relax your body, to catch your thoughts, which, like I say, Ashtanga Vinyasa as a practice emphasizes a different kind of mantra, a counting mantra, and a mantra where you repeat the name of the posture, internally at least. And it's in Sanskrit. So it has this foreign imaginative aspect to it. When you're saying something in a foreign language that you don't fully understand or it's new to you, you're just repeating it because that's the name of the thing. It accesses a lot of your imagination. It gets you out of your tunnel vision, right, of your language. It can be a trap on its own too, especially since it has meanings. The posture names have meanings. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4 on your breaths when you're doing postures, those have meanings. versus transcendental meditation gives you a word that has no meaning. It has sound, so it has like maybe intrinsic universal meaning depending on whatever sound. What I mean by that, like let's say you pinch me and I go ah, or you poke me or cut my hand or whatever. Like that's a sound, and that means something. Everywhere an animal would cry out in pain to that sound. So that sound kind of has some intrinsic meaning. Or if you're being sensual with someone, or whatever, or good food. Like there are basic sounds that have like these basic like emotional meanings or whatever to the organism. So, the mantra in TM probably has some meaning like that, but it's, if anything, that kind of gets it back to the code of the universe, not where human language has skewed us off of the basic logic of the universe. If a sound has intrinsic meaning because of the nature of that sound, that's some truth versus, I say weekend and weekday, and that's a homophone because it could be a weekday, like I'm weak strong wise, or it's a weekday because that's, that language distorts things where we get homophonic, where words have multiple meanings but they sound exactly the same. It really fucks with your subconscious mind. That was my curse word, so now this is no longer kid friendly. Can't run ads on this video. All right, so support, go to ninthlimb.com for my yoga stuff, imcbase1.com for all the stuff we're doing at the Stoic Temple and the men's retreats. And the relationship between TM and yoga posture practice, a lot of similarities. As you practice either one, you'll see the relationship. You'll feel that, and you will see internally. You'll see it's an insight. You'll see how body tension is related to thinking, how releasing thoughts releases body tension, releasing body tension releases thoughts, and you'll see how much activity you have to try to achieve. Especially, it's really great in practices like meditation and yoga and posture practice, because the urgency to achieve will have negative side effects. You can disturb your mind in meditation if you're trying too hard. You can hurt your body in physical yoga practice if you're trying too hard. In life and a lot of activities, it's difficult to measure, like when you're putting too much effort into something. But in meditation and yoga practice, it's actually more tangible because it's such a subtle thing, if that makes sense. And the interrelationship between the two is very synergistic. I hope I spelled it out clearly for you. TM is, learn it from an authority, from the lineage. You pay for it. It costs money. So that's, there's that. It's different from other meditations. I've learned meditations throughout my career as practicing and teaching yoga and studying with people. TM is a legit technique for sure. And posture practice, I went into all that. I went into lineage. So hope to see you around. See you in my silent flute training program. Pitched 1,000 things already, and I'll see you just in the next video. Namaste.